Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are creating this bronzed birthday look. This look can be worn with all sorts of different colors, so no matter what your outfit is, no matter what you're doing, even if you're sitting at home and eating pizza like some of us, this is something that will just go with everything. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I think this is very friendly for people to create at home as well. So if you're wanting to learn how to do this look, please keep on watching. Before we get into the actual makeup, I really want to make sure that my skin is prepped, primed, hydrated, and just feels amazing. Right now, what I'm going to do is I am going to go with my Fenty primer. This one is the Pro Filter Insta Retouch. I'm going to take about 3 pumps, rub that in. And I did apply a little bit of self-tanner just because, again, I really want that bronzed, beautiful look for my birthday look. After that settled in, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my Milk Hydrating or Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray, and I'm just going to spray that all over. Now that we're here, we're all prepped and primed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a pot concealer from NARS Cosmetics. This is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Light, and I'm just going to go in with that with a concealer brush. And just any of those dark spots that we're seeing, I just want a little extra coverage there. And yes, even though I do have self-tanner on, I'm still going to use the light color. I'm going to use 2 foundations. I'm going to use my NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and then I'm going to use my L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation. Now, this one is in light number 2, and this one is in 205. This one's going to help match my tanner that I have going on there. Now we're going to go in with concealer. I'm going to use 2 today just to make sure that I have the proper coverage and color for my skin. I'm going to go in with, they're both the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. One is in medium peach and the other one is in medium beige. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take medium beige first and just kind of do a little bit under here. And then I'm going to top it with the medium peach, just so I don't have too light of those highlighted areas. And then take your beauty sponge, blend it all in. And now we should be at this stage. What I'm going to do again is I'm going to take my Milk Hydro Grip Setting Spray and I'm going to spray over my face. So instead of using a loose powder, I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Compact, and this is in light 1. I'm going to highlight anywhere underneath the eyebrows, my cupid's bow, and my chin. Then I'm going to go in with a different powder to do the rest of my face. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Fit Me Natural Beige just on the rest. Now we're going to go in with bronzer. I'm going to go in with my MAC Harmony bronzer. It's just a really great matte bronzer, and it's just going to help warm up the face. And after we're done with that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to darken up some of that bronzer with my Hoola bronzer. Now, if you want a little bit more on the nose, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little brush like this. This is from one of the Urban Decay palettes, and it's just a little bit dense. Dab it in there, dab off all the excess, and just slowly work it onto the sides of the nose, just to thin it out a bit. And I want to stay more on the pinky side for today's blush. So I'm actually going to go in with Milani's Dolce Pink. And it's just one of their baked powder blushes. And taking my JH04 and again, just working it on the back of my cheeks. I am wanting to do a little bit of contouring, so I'm going to take my Hourglass setting powder in translucent, and I like to take my Morphe sponge with the sharp edge here. Oh my gosh, mine's like falling apart. Look at that. Just take a little bit of that powder, and I like to go from my middle of my ear to the corner of my mouth. And I don't have a lot on my sponge. It's just enough to make that line. All right, now eyebrows, we're gonna speed this portion up. And after that, now the brows are on, we're liking the shape and everything. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of my translucent powder and set them. This way it kind of calms down that darkness to them. And it also sets any of that pomade that I used. Brush through them one more time. And before we go on to the eyes, see how that powder has already kind of melted into the skin? We're just going to give it a little brush. I am going with my most favorite palette. This is the original Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe Cosmetics. I've used this in my last couple of tutorials, and I just really love the way that these shadows apply and how I can really make so many different looks with these. This is my little girl, Brienne. Awesome.
Love you, Mama.
Love you too, sweetheart. Okay, so the first couple of shades that we're going to go into are these two up here. You can tell how well loved they are. They're just great transition colors. And I'm just going to take a really fluffy brush. This is my JH30. And just back and forth windshield motions. Once you have that wash of color in your crease, what we're going to do is we're going to go in with the one that's directly below that first one that we went into. And on that same brush, tap it off and just start working it into the crease. I don't want my shadow to go up. I want it more of a rounded look today. So we're going to keep it right in that area here. build that color until you are happy with the way that the transition is going. Right now, I'm really liking on how it's still that light brown, but we're getting that good transition from the crease to the brow. Now we're going to go in with a little bit more of a dense brush. This is the JH04. And I'm just going to go in with this medium brown here. And we're just going to put it right underneath that color and just keep it more into the crease. Don't try and blow it out. Just keep it more on the crease. I am going to go in and just blend out some of those harsh areas. Once we have that softened up a little bit, we're going to leave that for right now. And then we're going to go in with a bronzy shade. We're going to go in with this one in that same palette. I'm just going to use my finger. I'm just going to push that right into the center of the eye, just blending it up to the shades that we have already applied. And you should have that bronzed look right there. There are names to these shadows. I just lost the little sheet that went in it, and that's why I'm trying to show you which ones I'm using. And again, that same bronze shade. And once you have it on your lids like that, you're going to take that JH34 that we did that darker color in, and you're just going to blend them together. So we're going to go in with these two shades here. We're going to mix them together. And I'm just going to put that on my small shader brush here. This is the JH42. And then blend in that highlight. Just so it's subtle. We don't want it to be too much of the show stealer. Then we're going to do the inner corners. Taking a clean brush, I'm just going to really blend in any of those harsh lines that we're seeing. And that's it for the eyeshadow. And the reason why we're using so many different shades of brown is so we get that nice gradual look and blend. We don't want anything to be too harsh as we're applying it. And now we are going to go in with a black wing eyeliner. I'm going to use the Hyper Easy Maybelline New York black liquid liner. We're going to apply our mascara and then our lashes. I did not curl my lashes before I started, so I'm going to take my lash curler and just a couple of pumps, nothing too crazy. And then my L'Oreal Voluminous in black. Because this look is very bronzed and very blown out, I want my lashes to really stand out. And today I am going to go in with my Batty B Instaho. Okay, while those lashes are sitting, I am going to do the lower lash line. Now I don't want this to be too bold. I just want a little bit of color under there. But with that said, I do want a darker shadow, so then that winged eyeliner kind of conjoins those bottom lashes. So I'm gonna go in with this one that's right underneath that darkest one that we used up top. Okay, and now just where we have that end of that tail, we're just gonna bring that in a bit. Then going back in with the darkest shadow we used up top. And with this, you don't need to keep it within a certain area. I want it to be really blown out on the bottom. I want to make sure that everything is just looking really smoky and blown out for this bronzy look. Well, that was exciting. So these are the Batty Bee lashes. I was like, what's going on here? Why don't these look the way that I wanted them to? So again, yeah, that's the look I wanted. These are way more dense, but they're not as long. That's what I want. Thank goodness I don't have anywhere actually to be because that would have taken up an extra 20 minutes of my time. So going in with that medium brown shade, I'm just going in underneath this lash line here while we let the actual pair of lashes that I wanted to use today dry. Lashes, now that I've fixed them, pop it on. Now we're going to blend that in with some mascara for the 8,000th time today. These are going to be so coated in mascara. Just at the bottom. Okay, here we go. This is the look we were looking for. Wonderful. So now we are going to go back in with our blush, make sure that everything is touched up again before we go on to highlight. See how that blush has that little bit of shimmer? We're going to kind of play off that with our highlight. I'm going to go in with the Becca Opal highlight. Really pretty champagne-y kind of color. And now this is potent. Like this, you will be able to see for miles. And all we're going to do is take that and just blend all on there. Don't take this one too high. I like to keep this one just on the cheek area or cheekbone. I don't really have a cheekbone, but just on this area here. And then you can kind of blend it in with your blush. Because your blush has that little bit of frost in it. Anything that's left on the brush, I like to just go up there, down the nose, dab a little bit more on, Cupid's bow. And there is that look. I love that. Now, Z lips. We are going to do a nice nude lip for this kind of smoky, bronzy eye. Again, I'm going to go in with the same lip combination that I did with the blue eye tutorial, which is the last time. Go check it out if you haven't yet. And we're going to go in with the Makeup Forever Artist Colored Pencil in Wherever Walnut. And now going in with my MAC lipstick in Myth. Now we are going to go in with gloss. We are going to go in with the Marc Jacobs Sugar Sugar setting spray. right, and now I am going to go do my hair and come back and show you the final look. And here is our final look. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I love bronze, smoky eyes. I think that it complements so many different people, so many different eye colors and shapes. You guys leave your comments down below, like and subscribe to my channel, Blended by Nicole, and have a great rest of your night. With the L'Oreal Infallible. I'm going to mix that in with my L'Oreal Infallible. Geez, I can't say that word. Like I misplaced everything in this room. And it's all right here. How does it have legs?